where equality is just another euphemism for mediocrity, where participation is more highly valued than achievement, where just enough to get by is the new standard of excellence. There is a small minority of people who fight back against such apathy, who struggle daily to reach new heights. These brave few are the hope for the future, the bright shining light for the next generation. They are the ones who will lead us to the places we have never dreamed of, to the undiscovered country, to reach goals only a few can even begin to imagine. Unfortunately, none of those people could be here tonight, so kick back and relax. Prepare yourself for several hours of fun, friendship, fascinating conversation, and fabulous music. All those F's, that's an alliteration and kind of a radio trick. Speaking of radio, you're listening to the most popular radio station in the history of broadcast radio, at least among stations that originate from Chris's living room. It's Curious Times. Your host is Curious Listener. Here she is, Chris.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Curious Times, to the Nutty Place. The Nutty Place with Nick. Nick's Nutty Place. Nick's Nutty Place. Nick's Nutty Playground tonight. So here's the scoop. It is Tuesday, April 24th, in the year 2018. Although it's also April the 24th in the year 0, and in the year 4015, and in the year 8910. There's past and present and future is all happening right now. Yes, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Nick, it's here. Now, for what's going on, I'm going to be out of here a little bit early, but the show will continue with Mr. Nick and whoever else wants to join him on air. If he's still doing readings, then he'll be doing that. If he's still doing readings, like he just needs one caller and he'll still be doing a reading. Okay, let's just get that clear. Now, so it's a wacky week, and it is meaning that Kathleen is on the road and she's not able to be here tomorrow. Thursday used to belong to Jen Young, and she's busy being an activist, so she's not here. Selva's here Friday, and Corinne is here Saturday. And now you guys might remember that the weekend is that weekend that I wanted to go to that to the vape conference, to the vape thing, and so I might just bail on both those shows and leave it to Salva to do hers on Friday and leave it to Corinne to do hers on Saturday. But we'll see. Either way, we'll be on those 2 days. Both of those people are quite capable. I know Salva. I think Salva kind of even enjoys it when I'm not here. She's been doing radio for years and years, and so she's, in a way, it's kind of like she gets to have her own little thing going on. Now, one other quick thing to know that's of great importance here at IntuiTalks.com is that our good friend Shelby is starting her show tomorrow, and she's going to be on at bear with me. I got too many notes, you guys. Too many freaking notes. I'm pretty sure that it's like 4:30 my time, 5:30 her time, 6:30 Eastern. Okay, so check out IntuiTalks.com. It'll be listed in the upcoming shows. Yes, Shelby AES, and she's wonderful. I said the word wonderful, and I don't usually use sucky unicorn type words like that. And she's awesome. I helped her out a little bit today, running her through how to do the thing. And I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I told her, like, as long as you remind me. So now the onus is on her. I take no responsibility. So if she shoots me the Skype message, then I will be there just to make sure that everything runs good. Plus, who would want to miss Shelby's show? She's freaking awesome. If you've never heard Shelby, oh my God. She's pretty good. And she's cool. She's good people. She's treads cool on top of it. She's not like the foofy woofy, Sunday school teacher type here. So she's highly talented, and she's a real good down to earth regular person who has the most amazing psychic abilities. You know what I mean? And is probably one of the most humble people I've ever met too. So very good. I've done that. I've taken care of any important announcements. And so now we have missed this fine looking young chap that you see before you. Is all the way in Australia, so none of you can have him. None of you can have him anyway. But you can look. Good eye candy. He is Nick Fox, and he is obviously, as I said, in Australia. He's been all over the place, though. He's well traveled. He's traveled a lot more than I have in my 50 years, and he's just almost like a hobo, but with usually who has a home. He usually has a roof over his head. But he's kind of got that energy about him in a way to me. You know what I mean? Like this he's a traveling man. And, but he's like not a, Ritz-Carlton traveling man. He's a backwoods, banjo picking. I'm just kidding. He's not afraid to, hike and live in the rough, so to speak. And, that includes living in I don't know, what do you call them? Hostels and stuff like that. That's crazy. That's crazy stuff right there. I would never do it. I would rather sleep in a back alley, I think, but not in a minus 40 degree night. Not in a minus 40 degree. Anyway, Nick has been doing all kinds of things, being psychic, a spiritual guy, just, finding his way in this crazy universe. And he loves people, everybody, even the assholes out there. He loves them. I can't help it. There's nothing I could do about it. I've tried. He likes everybody, so we'll just have to leave him be, which is fine. It's better than hating everybody, you know what I'm saying? He is eager to help as many people as he can. He's wonderful craftsman of beautiful jewelry, and there's not much more. He does writing. He of course does readings and drunk videos, and he spreads love, which means he sleeps around. I'm just kidding. And he wants to remind everybody how important it is to be playful, which is partly probably why I always take 6 hours long to introduce him and joke as much as I do when I'm introducing him. Anyway, you can find him at www.facebook.com/NickFoxLove or at www.nickfoxlove.com. And let's just go get the guy. How's it going there, mister?
Hello. I can finally respond. Next time I get to do an introduction for you. Because I'm sitting here miming, trying to act out my responses to what you're saying. It's very strange. But thank you. Always a wonderful introduction.
Why? Ever since all the way back, some hosts, they just have their guest unmuted right from even before the show starts, and not me. I don't like it because they start yelling at the husband or the kids, or you got the intro going and they start yakking and I'm busy trying to do my show, person. Please shut your mouth until I'm getting ready to have a seat. Keep everybody muted until it's their time. So now it's your time. But as we all know, with both Kimber and Nick, once I do unmute them, there's not a lot of room there for me to get much last. So I got my first 10 minutes in, and then that's that. So anyway, how you doing there, mister?
I'm doing very good, thank you. I apologize for totally forgetting. It was the 25th. I'm no, it's next week. I don't know. It seemed too early, but yeah, I forgot. But I'm very happy to be here.
We're very glad that you are here, Chief. Thank you.
Well, it was perfect because I was like doing nothing all morning and just kind of being lazy, and then like Carol thankfully messaged me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. I do have something to do today." So here I am, and I'm excited. I love the show, so I was really annoyed that I missed it, or like missed 10 minutes or 20 minutes.
Well, the funny thing is, the universe has this funny, stupid way of doing things, and apparently for the first, like, I called in before, 10 or 15 minutes before the show, and I put on music as I usually do, and I'm grooving to the tunes over here, doing my thing. And as long as I see the microphone on my end blasting, then I know the sound is coming through, so that's all that I care about. It sounds good to me on my end, so I'm just like grooving to the tunes, and then I come back and they're all like, "Your sound sucks, Chris," and I'm all like, "What?" And they're like, "We don't understand a word you're saying, and the music sucks." And I'm like, so I reset the sound several times, and it didn't work. And
oh, really?
Then I hung up and called back in, and then it suddenly worked miraculously right around the very moment in time that you became available for us.
Okay, sweet. That's perfect.
We were messing around anyways, trying to fix the sound, and wasting your valuable time.
It's not valuable at all. No, but that's good. I'm glad there was some like mishaps that, kept you busy instead of sitting there waiting for me.
Correlation, like there's no accident, so it was actually your fault. The universe was like,
I think
wait
so.
a minute, we need to get things sorted out and get a steak out of the ice cream bowl, and then we got to get him over to the show. So let's just throw. Chris doesn't decide to say, "Okay, Nick's not here. Time to go. See you later. Bye." The universe took care of all that and forced us to have to resolve sound issues. So anyway, we're here.
I'm glad you got to play music as well, because you always do choose very good music. I've got that Little Hand song on my iPod now, and every time it comes on, I seriously still think of Donald Trump, and I'm like, oh, like him in his little hands, and like him doing his best being president or something like that. It gives me a good smile. And it's a good song.
It's a goal in life that whenever anybody hears that song, they think of nothing but Donald Trump. Ruining his baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Comparing him to a baby, it's perfect.
Actually, he is his own baby. He really is, and that's great. You know what I mean?
It's adorable.
He is a man, a grown old man, and he does that very well. And he's also a very little baby, and he does that exceptionally well as well. So now enough of the Donald Trump.
So yeah, I'm doing well. I've got, what am I doing? I'm just making a lot of jewelry. Oh, I'm moving city. I'm moving to Brisbane. That's going to be amazing. I'm very excited for that. I'm going to go live with my brother up in some you were speaking of living in dirty hostels. This isn't a dirty hostel, but it's a pretty old house. And everything's broken, and I think he's kind of just making me move up there because he's taking over the lease. I think he's making me move up there just to help him rebuild the entire thing. But he's got me with there's a massive backyard, and I'm going to be building a massive garden and stuff like that. So that's exciting. But other than that, I'm just making jewelry and all my crystal grid sets, which are just I love them.
Speaking of, you know what? Let me show you the most awesome freaking thing I have seen.
Ooh, yes. Let's show me.
Oh my god. I can't even stand it. I put it up the other day too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen anything like this. Now I gotta remember what I called it again. You are going to be amazed when there it is. When you see this, you're gonna die. You'll be alive, but you're gonna die, and you'll prove.
I understand. I lived in America for 4 years, and after living there for 4 years, I say that line of oh, I could just die. It's dramatic, but it's perfect.
You see that? You see it?
Oh, Where is it? Bring it out.
I know,
That's
it's not mine.
amazing.
And
Oh,
regrettably, it's not mine. It's Kathleen. Have you ever seen
that's
anything
stunning.
like so freaking amazing?
No,
Oh
that's
my God.
beautiful.
That's part crystal ball. Like I could use that, or a person could use that
Yeah.
as a crystal ball, but it's also a beautiful geode. And oh my God, it's just the
Yeah,
most
that's
amazing.
amazing.
Oh,
Oh,
I die. I die every time.
crystals.
Oh,
I know. I love them too. I love them too. That's really beautiful. That's like it's like a galaxy.
oh, it is, and
Yeah,
it's like the beautiful colors and like I can't even.
that is really
I
cool.
can't, and it's almost like there's 3 shark teeth right here. You know
It
what I
does.
mean?
Yeah, it does look like teeth. Like ready to
Like 3
bite.
shark teeth. Now, and there's just so you guys know, check this out. There's a face right here. See that face?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Um,
That's so cool.
there's the eye, one eye, another eye. You know what I mean? Like that's a freaking face. There's the neck. They're wearing, and there's even their shirt. It's a dark shirt.
Yeah,
There's their neck. And
they are
that's
little
actually,
people. I swear.
it's almost 2 faces. If you look at it the other way, as though this face here is looking to the side, and then this here is a little baby face looking to the side, almost like 2 faces. I don't know.
Yeah, I see it.
You see what I see. So, isn't that beautiful? That's crazy.
That is really cool.
There.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
Hey, you're being me today. I love this. I'm gonna be Chris.
I gotta get it off the screen because like I see things and I just gotta, because then I just go, oh my, all of a sudden I see a shiny thing and I'm all like, oh, and well, so anyway.
It's always cool to find that thing that just makes you like, like a kid again, you know, in awe of something.
Crazy. Anyway, so yes, Nick makes some beautiful stuff as well, and that's what made me think of it.
No, I don't have anything to show off nearby. I should have brought something. I have something wrapped up, but nothing that I can like show to you. But go to my Instagram, everybody. It's at NICKKFOXX. That's where I do all my jewelry stuff.
Okay.
And they're cool.
I don't know. I don't have Instagram, so I don't.
I should be doing my jewelry right now. Well, not right now, but today. But I've been lazy.
Can you post it, Nick? What am I? The servant around here? The man has just go to your own. Here's the
It's my name, so Nick Fox, but with 2 K's and 2 X's. But I did post it in the comments for you.
Because he kicks axe, and that's why there's 2 X's and kicks axe.
Because I'm just extra foxy.
That too. So here we go. So when are you moving?
It's gonna be, I think, in about 2 months. So that's gonna be really fun. Like, it's hot, which is something that I'm most anxious about. It's a very hot city, and there's not a beach very close. Kind of like it's a 40-minute drive. But it's okay. I think it's gonna be a fun trip by van, probably by then, so I can drive up and do that whole adventure and start my trip being even more of a photo. I'm not going to have a roof under me. I'm just going to have like a van, which is I'm going to be living in my car. But I'm very excited for it. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun.
That's that adventurous, who cares about anything else, just do it kind of thing that Nick has in him. He's like a nomad. And
Sure.
And that's.
But I know one day I'm gonna grow up.
No, but that's actually good. You know what I mean? Like, in many ways, I used to be like that when I was young, and now it's like I don't even want to go to the store. Never mind go city or country or something like that. Never mind that, but without a plan.
No, I get that.
Yes, and without that, everything got lined up. You know, or you don't go, and so that's like living life just like ad-libbing life, you know what I mean? And that's great. That's great. Because, you know, you just don't know. Like, now, here's the thing. I always say that, you know, this is not unplanned in your life path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is very planned. So there's a reason, and that reason will be revealed to you at some point. And so, you're going where you're led, and there's a reason for that. So it'll be interesting to see what that reason is. But you're following. Now, if you didn't do that, like, you know, you get a little whisper, and then the universe goes, they're not listening. And then they tap you on the shoulder, and they poke at you, and they go, they're still not listening. So they get the baseball bat out, and they go, they're still not listening. And then so ultimately what happens is they burn your freaking house down, and then you wind up to Brisbane and so like one, you do it the easy way or the hard. So I always encourage people, do it the easy way, guys, because you're going to be doing it. And, you know, if you're one of those people that's always, I really should leave this job, but I can't because, and then that goes on for years, eventually something's going to happen in the universe at the time that the end date, you know, that it must happen by, and you will still not have done it. The universe will do something to cause you to do it. Whether that be they urge you to tell your boss to F off that day, or, you know, something like that happens. And so, please, you know, if you get the idea that the universe is trying to whisper at you something, take it the easy way. The easy way is much better than the hard way. And so that's just my 2 cents worth.
No, it's true. It's true. Listen to that heart and that little impulse that's like, like, try this, do this. Oh, I've always wanted to do this. Like, just go for it. And, you know, if you're scared, just take little steps. And that's like the easiest way to do it anyway. Like, to just dive right into some big change. That's challenging too. So just little steps, slowly getting there. There's no rush. Like, I don't know. Sometimes there's maybe a rush, but like, in the end, there's no rush. Unless, like Chris said, you get to that point where the universe is kicking you out the door. But I don't know. It's very easy. Everyone just has, like, and I still do it, but like, you just invent all these, like, oh, but this could happen, oh, but this, but that. There's just so many things that you could just kind of put in the way of it. But the key is just to, like, either take them out of the way or just don't put them in the way in the first place.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. It's, you know, it's fun. But, like, I always see people, like, well, people say to me, like, oh, like, you've traveled so much, and I'm like, yeah, it's really cool, but, like, I still have things where, like, I've got a friend that's, like, owned 2 cafes, he sold one off, he's just now, like, building his own house and renovating it. Like, that's also a dream of mine, of, like, building my own house, and, like, actually having my own, you know, house to live in, and totally decorate with, like, everything I could possibly imagine, and, you know, what I get from my adventures or whatever, but I'm ready to do that too, but I'm just kind of, like, and you said this to me before as well, Chris, of just, like, you're young, just keep kind of being young for a little bit longer and then dive into it. And, like, I don't know. Yeah. I think that's changing now as well. Like, I've always grown up with that whole, because in Australia it's a thing, I'm sure it's the same in the US and in Canada, I'm sure, of, like, the grey nomad is what we call them here, and it's just people that get to, you know, a certain age and they just start traveling and living in a van, or not a van, but a camper van, or something like that, and just starting to do that. And anyone can do it. It's just you do it differently. Like, you don't go skydiving, or maybe you can, but you don't have to. Like, I want to travel now in relaxation.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know, so I guess ultimately, you know, you'll go where you gotta go where you wanna go, and do it. But there's somebody that's here's me being psychic now. It's a reason, something for you. Like, of course, there's multiple reasons, and so you'll accomplish multiple things, and so of course you're gonna have people and stuff like that when you're there, and people will you know, grow in some way or be some better off than you left them, You know what I mean? Because you always
Mm.
leave them, Nick. You always leave them. But they'll be better off, when you than when you found them. But there's something there for you. There's something profound is going to happen there for you. Not bad. But
No, I agree.
profound.
I definitely agree. I totally feel that. Like, I hope it's a relationship, honestly. Like, it's not like I'm like, I need a relationship, but like, it'd be really nice to have a relationship. I just want to experience it. I don't know, maybe that's kind of like terrible. Like, I want to find someone just to have a little experience of a relationship and then go off and do my own thing again. But I don't know, maybe they'll meet someone that wants the same thing, but it would be nice. I want to kind of experience that whole world. But we'll see. We'll see. I always stay open.
Well, because you put it that way, though, don't be surprised if like that's and then
And that's
shit. I'm now in love. You know what I mean?
You'll be the first to know, Chris. I'll definitely let you know. But yeah, that would be really nice. Like I feel actually, what's the word? Able and ready to do a relationship. I don't think I was like really there yet before, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Or I get some like $1 million idea and I make millions, and then all of us can share in the abundance of Nick. That'd be a good one too. You'll have a new sponsor, Chris. Nick Fox. Every show you have to dance. You have to do like a Nick Fox dance, and I'll give you like, I don't know, a lot of money.
For a lot of money, maybe. You know what I mean? It's got enough money, you know what I mean? Because I don't dance, and so that's one thing I don't like. To dance would require some lubrication.
Some form of payment.
I'm talking financial lubrication, by the way. Everybody gets it.
That's a very good term. I hope that's in the dictionary. Financial lubrication.
Financial lubrication.
I'm gonna use that. That's a good one.
See, now right there. There's why you came to the show tonight.
Oh, there's always so many reasons. I always have such a good time with you, Chris. It's just fun.
It is fun. So okay, now let me try and see where we're at here time-wise. Okay, I've got about almost half an hour. Now, Jay, if you're calling for a reading, you better let us know. And then there's Carrie is mic ready, and Corinne is mic ready. Kimber, you got unmuted somehow. Say hello then.
Hello.
Kimber. Say hello. Good thing she's not over there,
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, hi. How are you guys?
Excellent.
Can you hear me? Right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm ready whenever you guys need me. I'm here.
I have still a wonderful voice.
Oh, thank you.
That sounds good. So Carrie is up for a reading,
Okay, cool.
Corinne is there. Just so you guys know, that second anonymous is probably. Oh, maybe it's not Corinne. She's not there now. Who's the second anonymous? Can you press your one on your phone and say hello? Can you? Who's that? Is it? Oh, maybe it's Queen. Queen, if that's you, can you push one on your phone and say hello? Okay, Queen, if that's not you, can you please press one on your phone and say hello? See, it might be Corinne. Who's this? Corinne. I think it's Corinne. Okay. She's not in the chat room though, so she might have got bounced from the chat room is the thing. Okay, so we got that going on. Christy's phone is charging. You'll have time if you want to come and talk to Nick by the time they get, because by the time they get done with Terry, it's going to be 6 hours from now. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the way that goes. What do you think about Nick moving to where he's moving? Did you get any thoughts in your head, Kimber? psychically?
I missed that. I do feel he's moving to.
You weren't
Very-
listening? Oh my
No,
goodness.
I
I'm totally...
No, I'm sorry. I had to quick let the dog out.
No,
Let my
it's
own
so
know.
bad. I couldn't
No.
resist.
Keep me in line. That's good. Christmas too.
But you would have been in the chat room, Kimber. You would have seen the saddest, most dejected facial expression.
Oh, kisses. I'm so sorry. Big hugs and kisses.
Deep wounding occurred there, you know.
I only missed a few minutes. You know I'm always here for you.
Totally. Don't worry, I don't mind at all.
I get a word in on these two. So just tell her quick what you're doing and where you're going, Nick, and then.
So I'm moving up north to another city in Australia called Brisbane. It's in Queensland. It's right near the Gold Coast and like all those pretty beaches that everyone goes to. And yeah, I'm going to be living with my brother for, I don't know, maybe like 6 months or something. I'll see. I'm not sure how long. But yeah, that's the plan.
Oh, wow. It just feels so beautiful. I just see you being so happy. You are going to really love this. And you're going to have much fun with your brother and having that connecting time. And, you know, that it just feels like you guys kind of are going to do a lot of really fun things together, you know, make up some time. It feels kind of like you need that. You've been apart a little bit. You've been on the road moving and from over here for a long time and out and about. So this is going to be a very good reconnecting time and some, you know, brother time to do those things that you did. And I see you guys doing some things that you did together when you were young, you know, and spending some time at the beautiful beaches, as you said, amazing, wonderful. I can just see how beautiful it is. And you're going to be so busy having your pockets full, picking rocks and stones and all that stuff when you're out because it's just in your blood. You can't help it. You love to do that. And it's going to be a great and wonderful opportunity. And I just see him all smiles too watching you do it and just really having a great time enjoying that and even helping you some too. He's going to, you know, get his hands dirty and get in there and find you some shells and some amazing stones and I just see him big smiles and really enjoying you. You know, you just have this amazing glow and this beauty, this wonderful, wonderful soul and personality and he's so proud of you. He loves you so much and he gets happy and excited to see you the way you are. You're so bubbly and when you're in your element, which is a lot of times the outdoors and the beach and you know, collecting and doing all these amazing things that you make this beautiful, beautiful jewelry and create all these wonderful things and I see him checking all that out with you too and he's very, very proud of you. Now, is this a little bit older brother?
Yeah.
Then you because I feel he's a little bit older, and so he kind of watches over you and has that, you know, that older brother to him, you know, where he just loves to see all this stuff. I see you guys checking out all these things that you make, and you're showing him this amazing, beautiful jewelry. In fact, you make a very special piece for him. Does he like? It feels like turquoise. Does he like turquoise?
Yeah, that would be a perfect stone for him. I agree.
Yes, because turquoise, yes, sky stone, yes. And I see you creating an amazing, beautiful piece for him. And it's going to be very special and something he loves and has always. And every time he looks at it, he thinks of you. So you're definitely going to have a lot of amazing adventures. I see you guys hitting the beaches and checking out people watching and just having the greatest time, having some drinks, of course, you know, and some lunches and dinners. I just see a lot of Did he ever surf when he was younger? Because
Yeah.
okay, because I see him on a surfboard. All right, that makes sense then. Because yeah, you used to love watching him do that too.
Mm.
And yeah, I see he really connected with the beach, and yeah, 'cause I get the surfboard and seeing him out there, and I don't feel he does it so much anymore, but it was something that he did when he was younger.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I think he'd probably enjoy doing it now, but he's probably kind of like, you know, nah, not so much anymore. But but I do see him on one, so I'm you know, that makes sense then to me. 'Cause yeah, I see a lot of outdoors time. Is there parks? Because I see you guys also in like forests and trees and parks. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, you're going to be hitting some of those too, and a lot of outdoors. Yeah, a lot of outdoors, just amazing adventures. You know, I just get this really great energy and so much fun. It's a beautiful place. You're going to love the move. This is meant to be. This is something that's going to be so exciting and fun. And you're familiar with the place. You've been there before, but you haven't lived there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because yeah, I feel you're gonna love living there, though. You know, it's something that you kind of, when you were visiting there, you thought, wow, this would be kind of cool to live here one day.
Yeah.
You know, and so this is going to be the perfect time, and so it truly is meant to be, and a lot of great things are going to open up for you while you're there. In fact, I'm picking up some romance.
That's what we're just talking about. I love it.
Yeah, well, you're going to be people watching at the beach, and you're going to see some pretty hot guys there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I get too overwhelmed by all that beauty. It's there's a lot of beautiful people in Australia. I came back and I realized that very strongly.
Yes, you're going to be drooling when you see this one.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's what I've been focused on. You know, I've had pictures. I don't literally do this, but I should just have a wall of like shirtless, muscled men, and just like sit in front of it, and because that's what I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
You know, nice and shallow.
Yes, for sure. And I feel that you're ready, and you're like, oh, just, you know, ready to ride.
Yeah, I just want to have a bit of fun.
And this one, yeah, he's like almost cowboy like, and in fact, he seems like he had been a surfer as well. So he's very muscular, very handsome, and long. Like you just.
I gotta move there tomorrow. Oh my god, I'm gonna start packing.
Oh, he's gonna he's gonna fall in love. He's gonna fall in love with you. He loves your gorgeous smile, them dimples. Oh. You just have the sweetest dimples ever. Just want to grab that face and kiss it. He's gonna just be all over you. Definitely, you guys are gonna want some alone time. But you guys.
Yeah, well, like if I have my van, we can take weekend trips and stuff like that, and it'll be very private, so that's good. We'll go crystal hunting.
Yes, and I see tenting it too. They're camping.
Yeah.
Okay, because I see that camping, sitting around the fire.
Definitely. And
having some drinks and yes, crystal hunting and all. He's gonna love what you do. Everything from the amazing jewelry and stuff that you create, but he also is really fascinated and loves your work. You know, being the psychic and the medium and all the different talents that you have. He's just very infatuated. He just he melts when he sees you. So it's that instant connection. You're gonna look over and you're gonna go, ooh. And he's at the same time. You're just gonna feel
I love
that.
It.
Yeah, that energy, and he is shirtless at the time, so you're going to.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, that's a nice preview. What does the rest look like?
Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have
Thank
so
you, Kimberly.
much fun.
This is brilliant. This is exactly like it feels so right, and it's like, yep. It's like what I've been subtly feeling, and you've just put it in like the most perfect words, and the way like I felt it. I totally felt it. The way that you expressed it was it was perfect. I felt the fun that I'm gonna have there. So, yeah,
You
thank you.
are. Yes,
Thank you.
just think adventure. And
Yeah,
sex.
that's definitely the one. It's the perfect combination.
Yeah. Well, and I just, I get like I said, he's a cowboy, and I can just see, ride.
Oh my god, Chris, we're being inappropriate. That's so funny.
I'm naughty. I'm the naughty psychic, sorry.
I love it. No, I love it.
For the anonymous person who has left. Whoever that has, they've left.
I'm still off. I'm sorry.
My cheeks are sore from smiling.
You guys are out of control. Okay, so let's get So once I get Carrie on, that's probably going to be it for me, because by the time you guys Carrie, and I won't interrupt to leave. So I'll just exit stage left and to you guys now. Keep in mind, because Amy's not here. Okay, so keep in mind that that you're being recorded and it's going on YouTube. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. And,
keep it clean. Yes, I'm sorry.
And with that said, Christy, if you get your phone charged, let them know in the chat room that you're in the queue if you want to come on, and just press your one button and go, you know what I mean, or something like that. Although once Kimber gets this going and Nick gets going, I can yell in the top of my lungs, and my neighbors can bang on the door, on the wall, and everything, and they don't hear me, or they choose to ignore me. I'm not sure which it is. So let them know in the chat room, bright pink or lime green font or something that you're waiting, and then maybe they'll get to you. So with all that said, so let's go get Carrie, and then I'm just gonna just slip out back Jack, and you guys take it easy. I'll see you the next time, Nick. And
I put a reminder in my phone.
And so if I'm back Friday, I'll be back for a while Friday and a while Saturday, or I'll just be gone. You know what I mean? Because I would like to hit that vape thing. And it only happens once a year, and so anyway.
Yeah, have a blast.
Yeah, how you doing, Carrie?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good, thanks. All right, I'm out of here. See you guys.
Cool. Enjoy.
Thanks.
Love you, Chris. See ya.
Yes, love you, Chris. Bye. Thank you. And I'll be good.
Oh no, so I'm the only screen now? Okay, it's just gonna be my face.
That's just your face, yeah.
Well, I'm very excited. I'm ready to start readings whenever we want. Kimberly, I think you should do readings with me as well, if you want.
Okay.
I think it'll be fun.
Sure, love to.
Otherwise, we can talk about whatever we want.
Yeah.
Because Chris is gone now.
Yes, definitely. Love to. Thank you for having me, and I'll be good. I'll keep it clean. Sorry.
No, it was perfect. We all needed to hear it, I think. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been said.
Well, and we still have to plan that drinking show, the drunk show.
Yes, I know we're supposed to do it this month. Well, maybe because I set the timer in my calendar for next show. Maybe we'll do that for the next one because that would be very fun.
Yeah.
And we don't have to get drunk, but just drink a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fun.
Exactly, just a little tipsy.
Yeah. And then if it goes well, which I know it will, we can always do a drunk dirty show too. Drunk dirty readings.
Yeah, like a one after, like a late night one, the after party, the after show.
Yeah, we'll do that in overtime. There you go. That'll be our overtime. We'll go from drunk readings to drunk dirty readings.
Oh my god, I love it. I've only done, I'm not too many, but I've only done a couple drunk readings, and they sometimes are good. Sometimes I'm like, like I'm in a bar or something, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta stop. This is too much. This is not working.
We'll have a blast. And Carrie, you have to too with us. Call in. You got to call in and you got to drink too. So.
Oh, you don't want to hear me drunk.
I'm sure we all sound just as good.
Yes, I absolutely do. Yes.
Oh, little tipsy is interesting. I prefer coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I still don't drink coffee. I'm keeping away from it because I know I'm just going to fall in love with it when I start drinking it, and it'll just be another thing I have to do every day.
In all your travels, I've got coffee everywhere. So except China, it's green tea everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't mind green tea. I can do that pretty easy.
Yeah, my aunt went over and she said eventually they just said no more green tea. They can't do it anymore because it was green tea with breakfast, lunch, supper, before you go to bed.
Oh.
First thing when you wake up in the morning, and no.
It's too much tea.
It's too
much tea.
Said she wanted coffee. She just wanted
milkshakes. It would work. I just want, no, I get that. My parents are like that. Every morning they're like, it's coffee time. It's like very important.
Absolutely.
So, Kimberly, what have you been up to?
Oh, just super busy and enjoying the spring. Yeah, busy with work.
Love it.
And, yeah, definitely. And it was great because now we're finally getting some good spring, nice, beautiful weather, some 60s. But earlier in the month, the middle of the month, ended up with big snowstorms. It was crazy. Like April 15th, there was like a foot of snow. It was just odd. Yeah. So it's just been really enjoying the weather and doing all kinds of getting ready for gardening and, the fun outside stuff, horses and all that good stuff, animals. Collecting stones, because too, I'm a rock girl. I love all that stuff.
It's so important.
It's in the blood, ain't it? You just can't help yourself. I'm the same way. And so collecting stones and feathers and crystals and all that kind of stuff too. But I'm not really creative like you, where I can make all the jewelry. I use them for readings and just.
And that's creative too. That's creative too.
Well, thank you. Yeah, definitely. So, but yeah, you just make some awesome, beautiful stuff. I just love it. Definitely.
Thank you.
Have to. Oh, you're welcome. And thank you. I'm gonna have to get some. I'm gonna get stuff out and use.
I would be honored to make you one. That would be amazing.
Oh, yay. I love that. Because I just love what you do, everything you do. You are just so talented and so creative. And so, yeah, definitely. We'll have to talk more and do that because I'm going to get something. You are just
well,
awesome.
thank you. It helps. It all helps. Like, this is how I'm, like, I don't have a job right now. I almost, like, I got a job, but then my heart was like, Nick, don't take this job. But, like, that's how I'm living right now, is through, like, my own stuff. And it's so exciting to be able to do this. But it's, at the same time, challenging. It's very unpredictable. I think that's the hardest part. But at the same time, it's really exciting because, like, I always get these beautiful people that come, just like you, that are, like, I don't know, just love, like, what I create and, like, want to have something and want to make something special. Like, that's my favorite part of doing this, is working with people and, like, trying to, like, for the etchings on the back, like, always trying to make something really meaningful that, like, really, inspires them or, like, impacts their life. Like, I always ask all these questions about, like, what they love and what they're interested in, all this kind of thing. So it's a very fun, creative process. I don't know, I do love it. So I appreciate, the admiration, because I'm really starting to admire what I'm making now. And, like, before I did like it, but your own worst critic, but now I'm really starting to be like, no, this is really cool stuff.
It is. And be so proud of yourself, because I am so proud of you. You just do the most beautiful work, and you put your magic into it. You put your energy and this.
That's very important for me.
It is. And you bless it and you put spirit into it. You just, when you're doing it, you channel it. You know what is being given and what's made. And as you said, you create certain pieces. Just, you know who it's like it's for someone, and then instantly when they see it, they're like, wow, that was made for me. And because it was, as you like channel it for certain people, and then when you get orders from people say, hey, this is what I want, you put so much energy and time and so much thought and everything into it, your magic. It's just, it has this beauty and this it's energy. I feel amazing energy. I just love it. I love your energy, and you put everything into it as you do this, and you everything's so creative. You make such a wide variety of stuff too. And yeah, I admire it for sure, and you for what you do and everything that you do. So, and it's gonna just grow and grow. You're just on so much on amazing, right on what you're doing, and so continue to do it, because you will be able to make a lot doing it. But not only do you do it for the money, which is gonna continue to grow and get much better, and as you said, it's going to be a very good income for you, but you just do it too because you love it, and it's something that you're meant to do and you're drawn to, and so it's part of you. And you put so much of yourself into it. So yeah, it is just so beautiful to check out your page and see all the amazing creative things that you're doing, and a lot of it's so different. And I love stones and crystals, and as you know, they speak to you as well. You feel their energy, and you feel that, and it's like they tell you and talk to you, and they. So you're like, okay, now this one needs copper, this one needs some brass, this one needs, some silver, this one, I need to do it this way or that way. And so I love how you channel it all, and how it's such a creative process. And you are just, every time I even look at you or even think about you, I get magic. magic. You just
Thank you.
Yeah, amazing. And thank you for everything you do for everyone, and it's very beautiful. You're a very sweet, special, amazing soul.
Well, let's get to readings so I can start loving people, because this is I'm getting all shy and I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. It's always beautiful, because like, how often do we really compliment each other, and how often do we really say this to one another? So I think it's so beautiful that you do it, Kimberly. Like, it's the greatest thing you can give anyone, I think, is just love and admiration. Like, so yeah, you rock. And that's why I love readings, because I get to do that to people, for people.
Yes, and that you do. You give so much love. You are love. I get love and magic.
We're all love, aren't we? It's so, I'm getting so, what's the word? Like, it's just so easy to see it in people now, just to see their, like, because I really do believe this. We're all just innately loving, and, like, love in that sense of just, openness, kindness, happiness, all these beautiful things that come with it. So it's beautiful to be able to now just, like, I don't know, see it in people that, I don't know, I before wasn't able to see it, like, we always have those judgments, those mental judgments and labels that we put on people, but now, like, to get rid of those and to really look at people for just, like, what they really are is, I don't know, it's magical. Anyway, let's get to readings.
Yep, I'm ready. Yep, you go, yeah. Definitely.
Do we just, like, tell people to, like, unmute themselves? How do we orchestrate this?
Yep, I think Carrie's first, and she...
Oh, Carrie? Okay, cool.
Yep, I think she's first. You're still here, right, Carrie?
I'm here.
Okay, yep.
Hello.
Hello.
We'll start with... Hey, beautiful.
Sorry, we got... we talk to each other a lot, don't we?
Sorry.
No, it's... I'm sure everyone enjoys it.
Oh, yeah. Well, and we could talk forever, and we're going to have to do that. We'll have to have some one-on-one time, so...
Okay, so Carrie, did you want to ask a question, or did you want us to just, like, dive right in and see what we feel?
Questions about the kitty cat.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Do you want to go first, Kimberly? Oh, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, she knows about the kitty cat, but yeah.
Okay.
Just want to know what's potting with him. He's not very well, so see what you pick up and then see what else she picks up and do from there.
Alright, love it. Well, first of all, love to your cat. They're very in tune creatures. They're very what's the word? They're very connected. I shouldn't say connected. What's a better word for this? They can just see all these other realms, and they're just more connected to their connected again. I don't want to use that word. I don't know why I don't want to use that word.
Psychic.
They just feel them. They really do feel them, and it's a really amazing thing. And I think what's going on with the cat, one thing that I feel for it is actually disconnection in a way. I think it's not like it's disconnected. It's more like it's just disconnecting itself through this sickness. Sickness in a lot of ways. If you really think about like what happens when you're sick, what do you want to do? You want to close yourself up. You want to wrap yourself in blankets. You want to be alone in your room. You want to kind of escape the world. And I think that's why I didn't want to use the word connected. Was she? Is it a she or a he? Doesn't really matter about what
male.
It's a male. Sorry.
Yeah,
okay, male. He doesn't really want to be super connected to the world right now, and that's kind of what's happening. So the disconnection is good in the sense of like he's getting a lot of like alone time in the sense of sleeping and being quiet and still.
Yeah.
And you're giving him your approach. Like I think you're helping him a lot. The way that you're approaching him is very soft, very sweet, very open, very compassionate. Like he definitely appreciates your presence. So it's not like you need to leave him alone. He definitely welcomes that interaction, but it does feel like he's kind of disconnecting a lot right now from the world. And there's, a million reasons for it. It feels very much like soul work, if you would like put it in that way, maybe like as a term, but feels very much he's just doing a lot of energetic stuff. You know how in tune he is. He's like a reincarnated master. Okay. You like looking at him and like the way that he sits and all this kind of thing. Like he's a very, powerful cat in a lot of ways. How old is he?
He's about 9.
9? Okay.
Years old.
Because he feels like 15. He feels like a lot older than that. He feels very mature. But I think that like the age thing is just also he just is that mature sort of sophisticated soul. Anyway, I think he's gone into this kind of deep contemplation. It's not like, how do I describe this? Because the line that I got is, and I don't want you to get anxious about this, the line that I got was, he's deciding between, this life or the next. He's kind of choosing which way he wants to go. And this isn't like he wants to leave here or anything like that. It's not that. It's just, how do I put this? Okay, the soul knows how best to serve, if you know what I mean. The soul wants to do many, many, many things and is doing many, many, many things. And sometimes we're a lot more focused here in the physical, or we kind of do need to separate and go to the non-physical. And I think he's kind of doing that right now. We all have our own inner journey or inner mission coming here. And I think he's kind of achieving his own, it does kind of, what's the word for it? His own like personal life purpose, mission or goal or whatever. And that's why I think in some way you feel, what's the word for it? I guess disconnected isn't about a good word, but you feel almost, you don't know what's going on. You feel very unsure about it. You can't really read into what's happening because it is his own personal thing. It's kind of like, it's not you're not really meant to know what he's doing, what he's dealing with, because it's just stuff for him. It wouldn't, what I feel from it is like, it just wouldn't really like impact you in the way that you want it, in the way that you want it to. Is that how you want me to say it? Yeah.
I wouldn't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't need to know. But the best, like you are doing, like I was going to say, the best thing to do is to just be that calm, steady presence. You're doing that. But the way that they put it is they want you to do it non-physically. So when you, like, if he's in one room and you're in another room, stay in that other room and like go within yourself and visualize walking over to him, you know, in your you know, your energy. I guess if you want to describe it as like a spirit form or whatever, but go to him in that non-physical way than in the physical way right now. That's the best way I think you're going to be able to communicate with him, because I think you two are so in tune. Like you so know what he's doing and know what's up, but right now you kind of don't. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just feel like there's something not connecting. But anyway, just do what's the word? Just do that kind of non-physical interaction and play with that a little bit, because I think you'll start to see what's going on, I guess, and you'll start to see, oh, I can give him love to this space. I can clear this for him. You know, it is kind of like you're holding space for him in many ways. But just keep doing what you're doing. That supportive nurturing, you know, that mother presence that you're being. It's kind of funny. It is kind of mother, but also wife in a little bit, in a little way. But the way that you're working with him is beautiful, and he's so like appreciative of it. But it is a very personal quest, and it feels like quite mysterious, which is cool. Like he is definitely one of those like otherworldly beings, like a cosmic being that did kind of come here, you know, only as a cat. In our eyes, it's only a cat, but his impact is huge. I think he helped a lot of people as well. I think like anyone that comes to him, he's very, he reads people, and like I think he can like look at someone and like, you know, realign them and stuff like that. He's a very in tune cat. So just give him that non-physical presence. That's like one thing that's kind of missing, but not really. It's not like you haven't been doing things right. It's just like now is the stage for you to interact with him in this new way, and I think it'll really help. But I hope that makes sense. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. I'm trying to put that into perspective. I understand everything you've said. He's got this thing on the physical level where he's very hungry. So he's very, I don't know if you can hear him, but he's always around my feet, and he's always asking me for food, and he's always, and he went into the vet and he was on a drip, and now he came off the drip and he immediately goes for his water bowl, and now he drank once, and I've had to be giving him water in his food for him to get his hydration, and it's kind of worrying. So I'm kind of going question mark, what's going on? I know about the sleeping thing. I know he doesn't need to go out. I know he doesn't need to be out so much as he used to be. Maybe Kimber was the one that told me he's got less energy now. So I'm respecting that. You know, if he wants to go out and he can go out, he's more an indoor cat. He fights with his sister and his mother. So just personality problems, but
you know, I feel like you're very what's the word for it? You are so in love with this cat, and you've given this cat so much of your heart and so much of yourself. And I think, like right now, it's just like I feel like you're almost in shock in a lot of ways of just dealing with this new, you know, way of interacting with him. And I think it's very like give yourself a lot of compassion and understanding. You've kind of given the cat so much, but it does also feel like you need to stop and give yourself some reassurance and just what's the word? Like the message that I get is like remind yourself of what's true, in the sense of, you know, even if he does, you know, even if he does die, even if he does pass, he's still there with you. I'm not implying that in any way. I'm not saying he is, like, that's not what comes, but there is this message of like, you know, he always was with you. They're making that so emphasized, by the way. There's like such a beautiful like history of like kind of past lives and just kind of soul experiences together. And so he will also always be with you. And this new what's the way to describe this? It's kind of like, I don't want to make it aging, but it's kind of like that in a way. It's kind of just as you grow and you experience, you change, you do different things, you interact with things differently. I think he's got a little bit of, like an anxiety and that kind of thing right now. Just give him what he needs, give him what he, if he wants more food, give him like a little bit. I'm not saying give him just every 5 seconds, but like in the way of just like, well, the way that they put it is he's hungry for a reason. It's not like, he's not doing it for no reason. He's hungry for a reason. So give him a little bit more if he wants. Listen to yourself, of course. Like this is, you're the best mother, for him. You're the best, what's best. But like in the sense of, I think they're saying it to just reassure you and be like, hey, it's okay if he wants a little bit more food. Maybe he's like working a lot in energetic terms, and so he needs to eat a lot of food. Like I seriously have days like that where I'm like, I just want to eat all day because I'm just, I don't know, and I get really hot and I get really sweaty and I'm just like don't even know what's going on, but like my body temperature's high, and like sometimes, we're just doing otherworldly things and we're just not fully conscious of it, but we feel it physically. Right. But yeah, I want you to give yourself like a lot of reassurance, and not reassurance, but I want a better word than that, a better feeling. I want you to just give yourself absolute love and just be like, I've been such a like supportive, kind, loving mother to this cat, and this cat knows it and feels it and loves me as well. And, whatever happens, whatever we're doing, whatever we're going through, even if he looks anxious, I know that we love each other, and that's the most important thing to focus on. And then, when he does get hungry, like, give him a little bit more food or whatever, but it is about staying strong in that. The biggest anxiety for you right now is more that you're not seeing him in the way that you used to see him. I think you're almost looking at him as a wounded, person instead of what he was kind of before, which is more like, strong, I guess, or adventurous and playful and that kind of thing. He's a different cat, yes, but that's just because of the experiences that he's now gone through. And so just move with this new cat, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. I think he'll become like a lot more affectionate, but in like different ways. Or he might become, more adventurous, but in other ways, like maybe he starts climbing up, extra high and rests. Like that's his adventure. Yeah. It doesn't always have to be, climbing and escaping and running down the street and finding a new home. Yeah, I know. He's not allowed to. But yeah, I think you're doing wonderful, and I think you're really, as a mother for him, like he couldn't have asked for anything more. Like you have such a beautiful connection to them. Like was it 3 of your cats have you got, or 4?
3. Yeah.
All 3 of them are just so in love with you, and you've given them the perfect place to live and the perfect, environment, and you've been that leader for them. I think they're good cats because you're also, a good person and a good caregiver. So give yourself some love, and just remember I get this like message of like, oh, he's tough, he's fine, he's a tough guy, he's just being a little emotional right now. Okay. But yeah, I think you're being beautiful, and so much love to you and all 3 of your wonderful cats.
Thank you. Yeah, my parents have really opened up this environment for us. So I've grown up here, and they're talking about selling, and I'm going, no, I want this house. I want this house. And they're like, no, we'll buy you another one. I'm like, you don't understand. It's not going to be the same price. It's not going to be, no.
I love that.
Oh. So yeah, he's got a problem with his stomach, and then he's got a little bit of kidney stuff, which could be aging. So, yeah. But the vet didn't seem to think he was going on, out of the dimension that we're in too quickly. So, thank goodness. But yeah. Very, very good. He even had a little ultrasound, so he got shaved. And
oh, really?
Yeah. Half the cats in that vet in the hospital were shaved, and half of them were with stitches, and just hilarious. So,
Yeah, so he's been through an experience and now he's just getting back into it, and I think it'll be like a lot more normal and normal in the sense of his old self in a couple of weeks. He'll be different, but I think he'll kind of just getting back into things.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how to deal with this. He keeps on eating and eating and eating, and then he vomits, and then he eats and eats and eats and eats and eats for a while, and then it's another big one. And then the reason that I took him to the hospital is that he went 1, 2, 3. And then the next day he did the same thing, and then the next day he kind of started again. I was like, oh shit, let me just phone the local vet here. And yeah, that's how it started. So
Oh, good on you. You did well. You did beautifully.
Yeah. So it's been a crazy year.
Yeah. Don't worry, it always gets easier.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's going to get easier. So we just got to work together. Hey, boy.
Yeah. There he is. He knows he's being talked about.
Yeah. Oh, you should see him on the phone with Rihanna. He loves Rihanna. He loves Rihanna. He talks to him and, oh, precious.
That's gorgeous.
All of the stuff. And I'm like, you could just, if I could send my cat over to you for like a year, you could just.
She would probably love it.
She would. It would be awesome, but hubby doesn't want any cats or animals in the house, so it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, I hope that helped. I hope that was good, and I would keep talking about the cat, but I know there's people waiting. But he sounds amazing, and I'll send you guys some extra love after the show.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so
Kimber, anything else about?
Yeah, if I can just add a few things real quick, because
yeah, of course.
Definitely what you said when you said sophisticated soul, I get old soul. So he is definitely a very old soul. He is a very intuitive cat. He does a lot of dream work. So when he's sleeping, you may see him move and kind of kick his feet, and because he does dream work. Which, because I got that, I even wrote that down. Because the dream work. People, just like people, he's kind of questioning his path. That makes it sound kind of funny, but you know what I mean. He's just kind of thinking about his life and how things are going, and just kind of thinking a lot about his life path, and so as he also does his dream work, he also is dreaming about girls, and he that can be some of why he is the way he is, and he's eating a lot because he's lacking other amusements and stuff. So he's tending to eat a bit more, and he's just kind of. It's that spring thing. So he's not quite being himself because he doesn't really have a girlfriend right now, and so he's happy with the other cats, but he's just kind of that affection thing, and after spring passes, he'll be a little bit better, and start to feel a little bit better, more himself. But that's kind of a little distracting him right now, and his food, he does have stomach issues, and I know we've talked about this before about maybe changing the food up and some treats. Sometimes there's a lot of ash in the cat food, and certain kinds, the ash will cause kidney stones. With him, I get kidney stones, but small ones, nothing that's going to be blocked or have to have surgery, but I get dehydration, and so lots and lots of water, and as you said, to add it to his food or flavor the water, mix a little chicken broth in it or something to get him to drink more, because the more he drinks, the faster he'll flush some little kidney stones out, because they're tiny. But if you notice, when he goes pee too as well. Sometimes if his tail moves or shakes a little bit, it's from pain. Because the kidney stones, and he'll be passing them. So if you notice that his tail's like shaking away, and especially he's having a difficult time peeing much or as often, and you see him doing that, then he could be passing one, and that will make him throw up. That will make him sick. And so as he gets rid of these kidney stones, which he will, like Nick said, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, is he's going to be passing more and starting to feel much better. And by fall, and especially by winter, he's going to be back to himself again. But right now, that it's a combination of the kidney stones, switching the food. Sometimes, even if he's had that food for a while, it's what they add to it or they change it up, and so now it just doesn't agree to him. I do get hungry. He does like to eat, and he also begs for people food, and so he try to not give him a whole lot of table scraps right now till he gets better anyways. And he does tend to want to eat more right now, and that's just kind of what he's going through, and that will kind of get a little better. But sometimes it's the kidney stones will actually make him throw up, and that is why he does that. And with him, you heal him. You are amazing. You're a very good healer, and do your hands-on healing with him. He feels it. He loves it. It helps him so much. So you have been and continue to work with him. And I get, has he been tested for worms?
Yeah, apparently he has, but I keep treating him for it. So every 3 to 6 months they get dewormed, and yeah.
Okay, yep, continue to do that. And when he goes outside, if he can, you might notice he'll go eat a little grass. If not, you might want to offer him some, because that's their natural way of when they get upset stomach and gas or whatever, they tend to eat grass, and that actually will help him. So offer it to him even.
He eats too much grass, so he comes back in and he's like, ugh.
And he throws it out, but actually it's helping him. I know that might sound odd, but when he does that, and he's having the issues with the kidney stones, so he goes and he eats the grass and then he throws up, but it's helping him. And as he gets rid of these, lots and lots of water, because I get the dehydration, and when you have kidney stones, you have to flush to get them out. And he will. And, it's not to where he has to have the surgery. It's just, give him lots and lots of water and lots of love, as you do. And like Nick said, he just loves you. You take such good care of him. You have an amazing connection with him. But he has kind of had his alone time. He was right on when he said how he's just kind of taking time out and wanting to be alone, and at times here and there, but other times he's very affectionate. And so just kind of, you'll know and see when he wants a lot of attention, or he just wants to kind of be off in his own thoughts, because he's a very thoughtful cat. He thinks a lot. He tends to, just kind of, as I said, he thinks about his path, he thinks about girls, he thinks about life. He's a very old soul, so he's always thinking. His mind's always going, and he's extremely smart, very, very beautiful, and he loves you. He loves his other cat friends that you have, the family. He's very, very happy. You give him this amazing, beautiful love and this so much care and attention and this beautiful place, and he's happy. He does like outside a little bit, and the sun's really good for him. Just watch any neighbor girls because they might come around and but I think he's kind of hoping for that. But so he doesn't feel like like he's going to, you know, like Nick said, I do believe he's going to be around for a while, but I do get that when he does go, he'll always be with you in spirit. It's not like it's going to happen now or anything like that, but I too pick up that he's always been around you and he always will be. So even when that time comes, which is down the line, nothing worried right now, but I do get that he's always going to be with you in spirit as well, because you guys have this amazing, beautiful connection. He is very emotional. He does show his feelings, and you pick up on that because you too are very intuitive, and you know you can see, and he just has this hunger for life. That's why he seems so hungry too all the time, because he kind of lost his zest, if you know what I mean. How you have that, you know, that zest for life. And so right now he's trying to figure out, what do I got to do to get that back? And so he's looking for some adventure, some fun things to do. And toys. I keep getting toys, especially because he has no girls. He needs some toys. Keep himself amused. So maybe offer him up some new toys or something, and you know, and then kind of watch the treats, because I know he tends to like treats, but just kind of try to. Yeah. So he's always begging for stuff. But just kind of, you know, tend to give him some treats here and there, but just kind of watch that, and then watch people food, because he tends to want that, but right now
That's thanks to my parents and the conditioning that they give all
and see that
all their animals, which really pees me off, but anyway.
Yeah, well, that's because you know that, okay, if it's okay here and there, but right now it's probably best that he kind of stays away from that. And there are like healing herbs and spices and different things that you can give him, and that would help him. And then a little bit of catnip here and there won't hurt.
He loves his catnip. I get him loads of catnip, and it's prolific in the garden, so I'm so happy with that.
Yes, because he's saying a little bit more catnip.
I'll make that a daily thing.
And it'll help him in his dream work as well. He wants some catnip and take a little nap, and you know, and if he only could have a little bit of loving, but he can't right now, so he's got to have his toys and other stuff, you know. But yeah, because he just, that extra attention, you know, and like I said, he's just kind of doing some deep soul work, because a lot of people don't realize there's so much like people, you know, cats and all animals. They do all the stuff that we do too as well. They get moody, they get happy, they get sad, they, you know, very emotional, and he's doing a lot of soul work right now, and he's at that age like midlife, you know, and so he's I don't know why, but I get like midlife crisis.
Maybe.
That's kind of, you know what I mean.
And you know what you mean.
Yeah. And so he's just going through a bit of that, but he's going to get over this hump. I just see him doing so well, and you know, feeling so much better soon. And it's just and then in the next few weeks, as Nick said, you're going to start to notice, and for sure by the summer, but by fall and winter, you're gonna see him being back to himself again. So, you know, no worries there. I know you're extremely, I can just feel it, and I feel, you know, your heart, and I feel you have so much love for him, and that you want him to be okay, and he will be.
He will be, yeah.
Yeah, he will.
Whichever way he goes, so.
Yeah, and you know, and know that he's always going to be around you. You know, always, because I get that as well as Nick did. That always in spirit. That is what I get. Always in spirit. So no matter what, he's always there, and I get he's a very special one. As you said, you have other ones, but he's a very special cat for you.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, you have that just that really extra special connection with him. And maybe, because I keep getting food and treats, so maybe try a different food and see how that works, because even if he's been eating that food for quite a while, it could be a new additive or something that they changed up in it, and it's just not agreeing with him. And so definitely. And then I know it's hard, especially with parents, and you know, everybody wants to spoil him with people food, but right now it's best he, you know, limits that as much as he can. But yeah, he's so cute that it's really hard for them to, you know, he's a good beggar. I just get them eyes and that sweet face.
All the animals in this household are taught down to a T how to do it.
Yes, definitely. You know, they know how to get their way.
Yeah.
Very,
and
very.
what's interesting, when he was he weekended over, he's just come out of hospital on Monday, so last Monday, and he stayed in from Thursday to Monday, and on the Friday I connected to him, and I was like, no, I can't come through to the vet today and visit you, but I'm here anyway, and spent some time with him, gave him some healing and whatever, and he was like, yeah, you know, Ma, I'm ready to go. You know, I need to kind of, yeah, I've had a good life, so thanks for being a good mom. Where the hell did this come from? And it's just
well, you know, as you said, you're very healing for him, just even being around him. But I get the hands-on healing with you too. You're very good with your hands, and you're very a powerful healer, and it's amazing what you can do. So continue to do that. Continue to work with him and have him. I just see you holding him and having him in your lap and petting him and touching him and knowing where them spots are, and especially check around the kidneys and rub and touch and put that intention and that healing as you're doing that. And you're going to just really start to notice the difference, because you are a very powerful healer and you're going to help him so much. You already have continued to do that, and between that and changing up the food and getting some sun and some outdoors, the grass, and that's okay. That's, you know, as he said, how then he'll eat it, but then he throws up. But that's actually helping him. That's getting out all the icky stomach acids and all the stuff that he needs to right now. And then tons of water. Lots of water to help flush that. And if you do notice, as I said, you'll see his tail, and I can just see it shaking and moving. And what that is when he's going to the bathroom and he has a difficult time, and that is, it's the kidney stones, and they're passing, but they are small, and he will be able to pass them on their own. The only time that they really have to have surgery or have to worry about that is when they're really big or, you know, large, and or if it's blocking or there's too many. And with him, that's not an issue, but there are some where it's enough of an issue to give him all this flu-like feeling and this throwing up and this discomfort, and then, you know, the hunger. So it definitely, I think, change the food too, because I just keep getting that. And so whatever food he's eating, even if you change it for him and the others still eat that, but the thing is it's not agreeing with him. And even if you change it for all of them, you might notice they all might like this new food. Whatever you're going to get, I feel, is going to be, you'll go with what you feel, and, you know, look into it and try to get something that's organic and a good food, something that, you know, because especially, it's what it is the ash, and they put way too much, and they don't even need to, and I don't know why they do it, but it's what causes kidney stones in cats, and I've even lost one from that years ago, and so I do know how that can affect them. And with him, he is going to get better. I do see you needing to add something to his water to make him drink more. Does he, maybe some chicken broth, something like that, something that he likes?
Electrolytes,
Yep.
is what I was told, yeah.
Yep, because I see you adding some stuff to his water to get him to drink more, and even wetting his food even to help to get the fluid intake, because that's what's going to help so much. And because he's not feeling well, that's why he's not drinking as much. And notice his nose. Touch his nose, feel his nose. When his nose is dry, he's not getting enough. As he starts to get better and starts to feel better and getting enough fluids, his nose will get wetter. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, because his nose gets really dry, and that's the dehydration. And he even gets like a little bit of warm, like a little bit of a fever, and that's the kidney stones. And
that explains the slight fever in the vet. They said nothing much to worry about. They kind of also gave him back to my mom. She was in the area, and I said, please, can you go fetch him from the vet? Then I don't have to come out. And I said, okay, well, just like get the diagnosis or whatever. And they kind of didn't know. They spoke to somebody this morning, and obviously it wasn't me, it was another woman, which was obviously my mom. And I felt like I got my cat back without an instruction page. I was like, hell's bells. I mean, I know I could phone, but I'm like, okay, I'll just go on with the advice that you gave me. Ollie was in the vet, and the other vet was kind of dealing with him. So, yeah, so if anyone else wants readings, I know this is a long one, just put it in the chat, and we will stop and we'll pick you up.
yeah, if there is anyone waiting, sorry, because I'm not in chat. I couldn't get in. I tried, and I'm sorry. But definitely, he is going to get better, and he'll be recovering soon, and trust your intuition. Trust what you feel, and especially when it goes to getting different food, and if you feel that, okay, he needs some extra food this day, or a little bit less or whatever, and Nick gave you great information. He is so amazing. He's so good, and he picked up so much with him. So
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. It'll be okay, because I really get you worried so much, and I feel so bad.
I'm a bit of a worry cut with him, yes.
I feel
He's
it.
my
I'm sure
baby.
Nick feels it too. It breaks my heart. I feel so bad, but know that he'll be okay, and that he will get better,
It is a big learning experience for the both of you, like growing experience for the both of you. It does feel like you're both finding a new, certainty in yourselves and in, the experience around you.
Yeah, it's also moving on to another level, like you're moving house. It's like, if I had to go and move a house, then would you be happy to move with me, or would you want to tell my parents only, not only, but, to have the three of us, because we actually work in conjunction with each other, that we can live under one roof. Sometimes it's a little sparky, but hey.
It's like any family, isn't it? Like there's those nights where you're eating dinner and there's a bit of an argument.
Yeah. I don't even eat at those. I just pick up my plate and go to my room. I'm like, you guys can carry on. I'm getting out of here.
Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, thank you for being here. It's so nice to have you. I missed you on Saturday, so I was getting some decent sleep. So.
Well,
that's important.
Yeah, you needed the sleep. But always love to hear from you. You're just so beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been put on a second lot of antibiotics by my doctor, so I got diagnosed with Lyme's, and yeah, not good. I got sick by fever about 3 years ago, and it's recurrent, and that's been okay this year, but no. I just said to my mom, I'm not taking doxycycline. You can be absolutely off your rocker. I'm going to say no, and I've got the homeopathic stuff now. So there's a Lyme, well, there's something that they make here, which is called Lyme Stop, and then there's the Lyme Nosode, which you can get on Amazon. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It feels better.
Yeah, the one is making me very, very tired. It's making my whole urinary system go and flare up.
Yeah.
And, oh, man. But I think it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of natural herbs and spices and food as medicine, and I see you doing that, and that will help you so much. And Lyme's is very difficult. It is very hard. I know others who have that, and it can be, and as you said, make you very tired, and so trust your body, trust what you're feeling and what you need, and like you said, if there's prescriptions you feel that are no, then don't. If you feel that okay, this is good or this is helping, but if even if you are offered it and you just feel wrong about it, don't take it. And like you said, the one medicine that you're taking does seem to help, does feel like it is making a difference.
Yeah.
So continue with that one. And then, lots of herbs and spices and the right foods, and I just see really into the health stuff, and especially this year, you're going to do that all the more and start to find what works for you, because and that's going to give you more energy. And iron, you need iron, magnesium, and vitamin D are some things that are going to help you. And and then thyroid, if you've had your thyroid tested or not, that might be another thing that you might want to check into, because so many people have their thyroid off, and even if it's just a little bit, that too can affect you and make you very tired, and so it feels like it is slightly off, a little bit underactive. And so you next time you go in, or you may want to have that tested. And then if they do just the regular test, ask them for the extensive test, because a lot of people pass this regular test, but it's this extensive test that you need to truly find it. And because a lot of people, it's the initial test, they say, oh, you're fine, and then they do the extensive, and then they go, oh, well, I guess it is a little bit. But you don't necessarily have to have a prescription. It isn't that bad. You can fix it with food and the proper stuff. And iodine is another one too. So some of that. So between that and fixing that, and then working with some of these things with this Lyme disease, and this one medicine is going to help you quite a bit, and you're going to start to feel so much better. Definitely.
It was interesting. The T3 and T4 were tested, because he only wanted to test that one. He knows about the extensive. He does specialist tests, specialist labs, just to get some other background and all of the rest of that. And he gave me some stuff for my thyroid, and he said, your thyroid is normal, but like you just said, Kimber, it's got to be balanced. He said he wants it like 0.1 of a difference, and I will see the difference.
Yes.
And I do. I love the stuff that he gave me. So I said, what is it? And he said, well, it's thyroid extract. So
yes.
I said, what is it? He's like, if I tell you, then you're going to go and get it, Here, have some more.
Yeah, because it is helping you so much, and that it is about balance. It's all about balance. And it can be even just the slightest bit off, and it makes a huge difference in how we feel, from energy to tired to, just so many different things. And it can actually, if it's way off, it can be very hard on your health. And but yours is off just that little bit, but it's going to be amazing with working with it, how much better. And you'll be able to prevent it from getting worse, because sometimes if it's untreated and it is a little bit, then it becomes more and more and more. And so what you're doing is wonderful. It's great. It's going to help you so much, because you're going to prevent it from getting more, more underactive is what I get. Not overactive, I get underactive. But both can be not so great for you. So it's good to do what you're doing, and anything like that, when you find the right things that work for you, continue with that. And I do see that getting much, much better for you with this, especially by fall and this year. And it will start to test better too. And like you said, it does take the extensive one, because I'm sure that you passed the first one, but when he did that extensive, that's when he found that little bit. So, because it's that usually they won't do it unless you ask. For some reason, I don't know why they don't, but they don't. It's a lot of them kind of blow it off, and it can be something very important, and it can make a difference. I mean, even people with being off with their thyroid can even have depression. They can have heart problems. I mean, so many things if it's way off. So that's good that you're working with it. And see, your body. You know what to do. You trust that feeling, trust that instinct, and if something's off. So, and
I'm learning.
Yeah, you are. You are learning so much. I just get so much with you that you're always learning. So, yeah. Definitely.
Oh, my word. Thank you so much, guys. I don't know who else wants a reading. No one's mic'd up, so...
Yeah, if you can see, can you see, Nick? Because I'm not in there.
Yeah, no one... I don't think anyone else wants a reading, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's all right.
I don't mind.
Maybe you guys want to go...
Yeah, I might head back and start back at my jewelry.
Yes. Beautiful.
But thank you so much. That was really awesome and really fun. Like, I haven't actually connected with a pet in a while, so I really enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah?
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, well, you can connect with him anytime you want.
Oh, it happens. Like, whenever you do a reading for someone, like, the energy still stays and hangs around and stuff. It's really cool.
Oh, I love that too. Yeah. Well, Skype me anytime, or Facebook. Facebook anytime, and yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, my next America trip, I'll come and visit you. Are you in America?
No, I'm in South Africa, so...
Ooh.
Yeah,
Well, I'll come and meet you in South Africa then. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, take you up to Mozambique, take you to Madagascar, go to the West Coast where I want to set up a retreat, but it's a little bit iffy at the moment, so...
I like that plan, though.
Yeah.
It sounds cool.
We went to see the flowers last year, because in our springtime, it's not springtime now, it's going autumn, so we're opposite. We're the same as you in Australia.
Yeah.
So the flowers never happened. The wildflowers never happened because they got burnt, basically. But this one little place that we drove past, there's a place called Pofadder, which is a puffadder, and it had a whole ridge of rose quartz, natural rose quartz.
Wow.
On the side of the road. And I'm like, I told my Reiki master about it, and she's like, that must have been amazing. Yes, so I want to go back.
Dude, that sounds incredible. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love it when you just randomly stumble upon like a whole crystal like forest or something like that. It's just so amazing.
It is. And then my mom stumbled on tourmaline and granite together.
Wow.
At the other places that we were staying, and granite is a little bit of the pink, and then it's got the black of the tourmaline.
That's so cool.
So I brought back, like, my dad absolutely hated me for it because I said to him, take a trailer, take a trailer, take a trailer. He's like, I'm not taking a trailer. I'm like, fine, then you're just going to have all my stuff in the back. He's like, I have a lot of stuff in the back anyway. So I said, well, you're going to get crystals. You know me and crystals. You know.
So addictive, right?
So now I have to go on an expedition with or without him, and I'm taking a trailer.
I would. Like, if I had a trailer, I would take it whenever I went crystal hunting. The last time I went, I wish I brought back a lot more.
Always. And then I want to try and find a local mine that will let me take just a little bit, because you've got to take 100 kilograms or more for them to let you take, which is massive.
Yeah, it's a lot.
For one person, that's a little bit excessive.
Yeah.
So unless I'm making jewelry and I come and get it like over a
start
month,
a business around it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but I love you both so much. I'm gonna just do some jewelry. All this talk of jewelry is getting me excited. Kimberly, you're the best. We gotta do a show together. Like, we'll kick Chris out. We'll do a full show together. But we'll just do the next one as drinking.
Yes, love to so much. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I always love working with you and always talking with you, and you're amazing. And we'll have to do, many shows. I see us doing many shows together. I would love to so much. I'm excited, and
I love it.
If you want to, as soon as you want to, and we definitely need to plan some. I'm
free. I'm totally free.
Great.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do it very soon then. And
as
I said, we need to do more than one. You should come join me on my next one too as well. I came and you want to? Because since I came and did with this too. So, and I'm always up for joining you. And not this Saturday, but then the following one. I'm going to be
following Saturday.
Okay. Yep, I always do the first and third Saturdays, and you're welcome any and every time.
Thank you.
I'd love to.
I love you so much, Kimberly. You are just a beam of light. Like, no, not a beam of light, like an explosion of light. Like, you just emit it everywhere, every direction, and it's magic. It's so magic. You're another one of these people that came to just spread light and like that joy and that just celebration. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Someone said it in the chat, and we are kindred spirits for sure.
We are definitely. We're connected so much, and for sure. I feel it very, very strong. I have instantly the first time I even met you and talked to you, and just your spirit and your soul, and like you said, I do very, very feel connected. We always will be.
Exactly, always.
Love you so much. You are just the sweetest, most wonderful, amazing energy, and I cannot get enough of you. I don't even want to see you leave now. I could talk to you forever. I enjoy it every time.
You're the best.
So much.
You're the best. Well, we'll just organize a little private Skype session between us as well.
Yes.
So we can just chat between ourselves, and then we can get really dirty.
Yes, there you go. We'll have our own dirty drug readings.
I love it. I love it.
For sure. Yes, me too. I'm so excited. And we'll be talking for hours and hours. And we'll decide, do we want kinky vodka or...
Oh my god, I love it. I love you so much. Oh, really? I have no idea.
Vodka. We'll mix them. We'll experiment. We'll do tequila
That's
night.
such a good idea. 2 at once. Double spirits. I love that. That's dangerous. I love you guys so